As long as it's on my own land.
Yeah, if you're on your own land, yeah, you'll be able to fetch some and lay some. Yeah, yeah. No problem.
So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're here at Tarmac in Nottingham. This one just looks a little bit different. We've got Asphalt to go, all plastered around the place. So why is it different? What does an Asphalt to go plant do? Well, let's try and work that one out, shall we? So over to the zoom camera. Over there we have a pipe going down into some sort of hopper, and then it releases under there into the waiting vehicle. What are the raw materials? Because we have got some sort of aggregate bins over there. Just looks like normal stone. To the right we have some sort of water tank, maybe? I'm not sure. And then we have the weighbridge, which is currently chained off. And then we have a visitor car park. Oh, visitors. Okay, might walk on there in a moment. Hi, mate.
Hey.
Yeah. Do you know it's got Asphalt to go?
Yes.
Just what is that?
Tarmac for roads.
Oh, this is the top. You know, the really small stuff, or the.
We make everything for roads.
What do you call it? Do you call it? Do you know the top stuff and the bottom stuff is different named, isn't it?
Yeah, there's just base and topping. Yeah, there's no different. It's just different grades of material.
So when you use the word topping, you don't use the word topping, do you, for asphalt?
Well, we do with our customers. That's what they use, because they use like slang terms. Yeah.
Is it not type something? Type 1 and type 2 or something?
This type 1's a type of stone. That's nothing to do with.
Right. Okay.
No, it's not nothing to do with that. That's like a reclaimed stone that's smashed up.
So your aggregate then comes in really fine, does it?
Not really fine. No, it comes in different grades. We have different grades for different sizes. We have all different sizes coming.
So whatever the customer wants to use that Tarmac for.
Yeah, it depends on what goes in it. Yeah.
Depends on the stone you use.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So where does the black stuff come from?
That's bitumen. That's added separately.
Which tank's that?
In the staring tanks, the ones that are laid down there in front of you.
Oh, so they're both bitumen?
Yeah, they're bitumen types, yeah.
And the stone comes from that way. What else is going in the mix then?
That's it, stone and bitumen.
Right.
That's all that goes into.
So the bitumen goes up, there's two pipes there?
Yeah, it goes
into the hopper?
Yeah, it goes in. Yeah,
meets the aggregate. Yeah. And where's the mixing going on?
In the mixer, it's in that. We've got a mixer box in there, you can't see it from here.
So where that pipe goes down?
It all happens in there, everything happens all internally.
Does the aggregate go down that black pipe coming down the middle?
No.
What comes down that?
Which one? The one at the top?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just to make sure we don't release dust or that.
Is that sucking, extracting?
Yeah, dust, yeah.
Right, okay. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just making a little video about it. I'm trying to learn what the Asphalt to go was.
Oh right, yeah. Asphalt to go is just a like a sales sort of pitch. It's like basically you're not doing like delivered loads like our own work. It's just people can come and collect from
Oh, can they?
So it's like an express service, like a Tesco Express service. It's like the same sort of thing. So you're like a small plant that deals with customers that can just come in and fetch it on spec, no problem, sort of thing.
What, weigh in, weigh out, pay for the difference?
Yeah, weigh in, weigh out. We have to make, because we're under like weights and measures, so they have to weigh in legally and weigh out.
Okay. So what, Joe Public can turn up and buy?
Yeah,
you don't need no account?
No, you don't need an account. You can pay cash or card at the plant as well, yeah, and fetch it.
So does it not have to be handled like with care and treated a certain way? Or say me, for example, I've just dug my driveway out, I've put some stone down, I've made sure it's compacted, I can then come here, collect some asphalt and lay it down. But don't you need to press it?
Yes, if you can, if it's on your private driveway.
Right.
If it was like where your driveway meets the pavement, no, you couldn't do that there.
As long as it's on my own land?
Yeah, if you're on your own land, yeah, you'd be able to fetch some and lay some, yeah.
But how would I get it compact enough to look good?
They have machinery. You could hire the machinery to do that.
Okay.
So you get like a whacker plate, which is basically like a little motor on a big thick steel plate that vibrates. and that'd whack it down. We could hire a roller. You just get them from like tool hire places.
So if you're really appealing to Joe Public, right, your asphalt would be self-whackering, wouldn't it?
You can't. Yeah, you can't do that. You never get that. But no, it's not your Joe Public, because we don't want obviously anybody laying if you don't know what they're doing. It's more people who lay private driveways.
But if I turned up and say, right, you don't know my experience, right? I've not told you my experience. Do you sort of vet them at all, or do you just say, yeah, how much do you want?
If they know what they're doing, it's totally up to them. We just
yeah, you won't vet them. You won't sort of say, right, we're only going to sell it to you if you know what you're doing. You don't go that far. We
can't say that, because then the customer would then, if you went and laid it for somebody, that customer come and say, well, actually, you vetted them, so that's your problem. Whereas it's not, so we can't do that. We're not allowed to make that sort of assumption, you see. And
can it burn your hands or anything?
Yeah, you have to be careful.
So you have to wear PPE when you're handling it?
Yeah, we've got full. Yeah, you have to have full PPE on from the site and everything.
And what's the weirdest thing someone's arrived in to collect some?
Transit van.
You've poured it into a transit?
Yeah, we haven't poured it. That's what they've tried to put in.
All right, so you've turned them off.
Yeah, we can't. We'll never load anybody unless it comes on like a proper truck that's got sides on, that they can get under properly, that's properly weighted. If you can't carry the weight, they're not allowed anything.
Right, okay.
So for us, it's quite a lot of rules around what we'll load.
You'll never overload somebody. You'll always make sure that it can't leak onto the highway.
It can't leak because the bitumen binds to the stone. So that binds onto the stone, so it can't leak onto the...
So is it quite clumpy then? If there was a big gap like that, for example, underneath the trailer door...
No, it'll stay together. It'll stay together.
Okay.
What we do as well, all our people that we do with it, to sheet up as well.
Oh, you sheet inside the loading area?
So yeah, when they've got the asphalt on them, they'll cover it over with proper sheets.
Brilliant. Okay.
So
I've never even attempted it. I've never thought about it, but we pay.
I wouldn't recommend it unless you know what you're doing, because it's
driveways. They do cost a lot of money, but they do it really quick, don't they?
Its problem is they say it costs a lot of money, but the materials that go into it cost a lot of money.
Do they? So
it's not a cheap thing to do, and it's just quite a specialist skill to be able to do it. I mean, I've seen quite a few people that.
Are your prices fixed? Are they?
No, we don't deal with that. Our head office set our pricing because we just base for a big company.
Yeah, but if I arrive and I wanted you to fill the back of my pickup truck.
We could get your price and everything sorted.
So roughly a ballpark figure, back of a pickup truck full.
It depends what material you have, and they're all different prices because everything's priced.
Mid-range?
It's, well, you're sort of talking anywhere from sort of £150 a tonne upwards to sort of some of them 250 depending on what you're buying, because it's specialist materials.
Okay. So ballpark around 200 quid a tonne if you want decent stuff.
Yeah, it depends what you've got. I mean, there's plants that sell it cheaper, but they might not have like to comply with British standard, or number if they've not got British standard.
Well, yeah, you've got the big brand name to live up to, haven't you? You can't cut corners.
Yeah, so we only quite strict rules of what we do and what we mix.
I hear them talking about all this type 1, type 2, but I suppose that's aggregate. That's the base, is it?
Base, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you type 1 and type 2 are different types of crushed stone that go underneath before you put any tarmac down.
And then on the stone, it's just one type of tarmac, is it then?
No, there's more than one. There's still a base layer of
tarmac. Just for a private drive?
Private drive, you still need a base layer of tarmac.
All right, okay.
Yeah, and so you have, normally, the type of base we normally sell is 20mm stone.
Okay.
So sized up at 20mm stone base there, and then you put something like a 10 or a 6mm on top of that to top it off so it looks nice. 20
underneath and 10 on top. Well, you're making it sound very simple. So you really can, if you had the equipment on site to compact it, you literally can turn up with the correct vehicle and the sheeting and know how much you can load. Don't go overweight. You could literally save a fortune by coming to your place.
You say that, but then it's the type of job that you produce.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of these firms that pay a good amount of money for a certain man called a rakeman who rakes it for you.
Okay.
Because to pull a level by eye is a lot harder than people realise.
So once you've collected the tarmac and you've prepared your base and you've poured it all down and you've raked it, then what else is involved?
Rolling and whackering it down and making it level. If you were laying this area here now, to get that level is not as easy as anybody thinks.
Right.
To have the rakemen that work for the firms are worth the weight in gold.
So doing the raking part is where it's getting the level, is it?
They make everybody else's life easier.
Right, okay.
Because they rake it as flat as possible. So the better that they rake it, the easier it is for the man on the roller or the whacker to make it flat.
That's really interesting, thank you. And they put some sort of water down at the end, don't they?
Usually they just cool it, like
cool
the
it,
surface,
right.
Yeah, just so it's cooling the surface, yeah.
Okay.
But that's what.
Right, okay, thank you.
Yeah, just wondering, because obviously when we see people filming, we have to be careful who's filming what.
Yeah, especially if they've arrived on a vehicle. I've just arrived on a bike, so I'm not likely to be nipping in and loading up and shooting off.
No, it's just...
I'm a YouTuber. I'm called DJ I visit sites of interest.
I've seen some of your videos, to be fair.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've seen some of your videos. I saw one, you were doing like a plastic site, and they got pellets everywhere, and then when they were saying that the Addington, the silo doors had fell off when it meant to be...
It looks a right mess, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But here...
Yeah, we try and keep it pretty clean.
It
pretty
is very
tidy.
clean, yeah. Health and safety, you've got your chains over. I don't know if that's... I mean, is that the way out, or...?
No, that's just basically when we get cranes in, if we're working round the back, we remove the chains because they can't drive over that weighbridge, it's a little bit too thin.
So you're forcing people onto the weighbridge, basically?
Basically, yeah, because we've got the barriers there, that's up now because we're offline now, we shut it, 1:30.
Oh, right.
So the barrier goes up then, so we've got a bit of tidying up to do, but normally that barrier's down, chains across, so it's kind of the only way you can kind of go is onto the weighbridge then.
Yeah, well, you're watching it, mate, you're watching it, so...
Yeah, we're just in the office, we keep an eye, and we've got all windows on in there so we can see what's happening, what's going on.
So before you was telling me and answering my questions, did you know who I was at that point?
I thought I had an idea.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
So yeah, but we're trying to just be, we do get people who's interested that can be friendly and just come in and check your photos because they've never seen anything quite like it, or...
Yeah.
But yeah, I have genuinely seen some of these things, and it's quite surprising the negative reactions you get.
Yeah.
So
just by
we
somebody...
just come and have a quite, a nice chat. We're not funny, we're not awkward, so...
But people are nosy nowadays, and by sharing what you found on social media, it's becoming more popular.
Yeah.
Creating content, you make a few quid off it as well. But I am going to just take a little drone shot of the place just to add to the end. And I'll let you crack on, Mike. What was your first name?
Alan.
Alan, pleasure to meet you, Alan.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you for being so pleasant with me.
Yeah, no problem at all, yeah, no worries.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Well, you've told me everything I needed to know, and more.
Yeah, that's it. If you start laying it now, I'll know where it's come from.
Well, the viewers will think, okay, so we can't quite afford the quote that we've just had for like $5,000, but it sounds like we could do it for maybe $1,000 ourselves if we all hire the stuff and go to an Asphalt to go. Is there many across the UK?
There's not a lot of us now that's Asphalt to go. It's more like the express service. It's kind of basically, if you imagine, to keep smaller trucks like the private driving companies out of big quarries.
Right, got you.
So our closest quarry is Mount Sorrel,
right,
which is a huge place.
Yeah.
And they don't really want people coming in for like half a ton of material at a time, which our plant can cope with things like that.
Yeah, it's really good, mate. So it's really good. You can have little satellite operations all over the UK.
Yeah, so...
but it's not somewhere like you think, oh, where can I go for my Tarmac? Oh, I can't go B&Q, can't go Wicks. Where is there, you know?
And unless you know, it's very much out of the way here, so it's very much out of the way.
You wouldn't think, oh, let's go to Tarmac to go, Asphalt to go, would you?
Yeah, that's it.
So thank you.
No, nice to meet you anyway.
Yeah, and you, my friend.
All right, mate.
Thank you. Wow. We learned a lot more than I expected there. I was trying to rack my brains about what I do know, but with an expert like that who's willing to explain, that's exactly what we want. Brilliant. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's get David up. Let's have a quick look to see what this place looks like from above, and then we'll wrap this one up. So as always, we've checked on drone assist. There are no flight restrictions in the area. So Tarmac Asphalt to go here in Nottingham. Let's have a quick look at you then. As he said, they like to keep the site very clean, and very clean it is. So we've got all the aggregate bays to the left. We've got a couple of lads up on the top of the plant at the moment. Not sure what they're doing, but we'll leave them to it. Got some waste in the corner there. And some aggregate that's undercover. They don't want to get this lot wet, it seems. And they said the bitumen is stored in these two tanks here. So a simple idea, a satellite operation. They don't want the smaller businesses going into the bigger quarries, and that's where they would drop it, and the conveyor belt will take it up to the mixer up top there. There you have it. So let's get nice and high, get the whole plant in one shot, do a 360-degree photo for Google Maps, and move on. There we have it, the whole site. Wow. Now that looks cool. I think they've gone down a little track. Shall we try and hunt them down with a drone? Let's see where they've gone. So they went down this track here. Yeah, there they are. So we can be Heli 99, the police helicopter, tracking the suspect, the suspect vehicle. We're not going to go too far though. We'll use a zoom. Off they go down there to find another footpath. And they can see people walking with a pushchair, it seems, so they've slowed down and waited. Nice and respectful. That's good to see, that is. Oh, even going off-road. Looks great fun. Both of them are going off-road, aren't they? Which leads to a massive lake. Just shows, doesn't it, what you can do with these drones. You can follow all sorts of interesting things happening. Have a good nosy around. Look at that. Some sort of passenger boat. Is it permanently docked there and it's some sort of restaurant? I don't know. Nice. But around this area, look. A good mix of nature and residential. Got the Lotus dealership, which we did on a previous video, just down there. You can see the back of the building. And you can see that Rufford House, I think it's called, that he mentioned to us. And lots more industry. Where we are right now is just down here, just behind some sort of, what is that, water treatment works that has now closed down. I bet the guys on their little go-karts would love it if they can get in there. Anyway, let's get David back and wrap this one up. And that was Tarmac's Asphalt to Go plant here in Nottingham. What an amazing guy there telling us all about it. It's a shame it's closed at the moment, but we had a good look round and now we know that this sort of thing is an option for anybody that wants to save money on their tarmac driveway quotation. Just make sure you know what you're doing, please. And the location of the keyring today is just there, just hanging on the fence to the right of that wall. And that's it. What an amazing sight as well, watching those go-karts go past here through the alleyway and all the way down there. You really are like a helicopter when you got this drone in the air. So that's it. If you have enjoyed that video, do give it a thumbs up for me, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye for now.